What's up, everybody? Alex here with another post-war mail day. I had to look it up. It's been exactly 3 months since I last picked up a baseball card, if you can believe that. And I gotta be honest, it wasn't really that hard. First of all, I was really busy, and that always helps. But I also had my collection to enjoy. I had cards to look up and learn about. And most especially, I had this community that always keeps me engaged with videos and live streams. So anyway, I'm back at it 3 months later, and I'm happy to share this new pickup. It's a 1952 Topps of, we can say it now, Hall of Famer Gil Hodges. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a closer look at this thing. This is one of my favorite Hodges cards. It's a 52 Topps, of course, so it's classic. I really like the background color in this shot. There's some, let's say, anti-horizontal collectors out there, but definitely not on this channel. I'm always drawn to horizontal cards that have really cool compositions, and this is definitely one of them for me. Let's take a look at the back. Not everyone knows that Hodges came up as a catcher initially, and look at the end. It mentions that Hodges sells clothing in the winter. Reminder that this is still an era where these guys had other jobs to be able to provide for their families throughout the year. A very different time with different expectations on what it means to be a ball player. There's something really grounded and respectable about players from this era having to hold down other jobs besides playing baseball. Of course, that's easy for me to say, though. I mean, I'm sure these guys wished that they could see the paychecks that modern players are getting. It's funny how Hodges' hobby life and how we perceive him seems to mirror exactly how he was as a ball player, as a person. Hodges is the quiet man in the hobby. He doesn't drum up a lot of attention, and that's kind of how he was when he played the game. But as a player, all of his teammates praised him as a hard-working guy who always had their back. Jackie Robinson said that Hodges was the heart and soul of the Brooklyn Dodgers. And so, stats are great and they're fun to look at, but I'm always after the little stories that, for me, help humanize the player and create more of a connection to that era. So I found this great little story that I'm going to share with you about Gil Hodges and the borough of Brooklyn from 1953. So the story actually starts at the end of the 52 season. Brooklyn was in the World Series again, and that turned into a nightmare for Hodges in Brooklyn. Hodges set a record by going hitless in 21 at-bats as the Yankees once again went on to beat Brooklyn and win the World Series. Hodges would then begin the 53 season in a slump. So finally, on a Sunday, sometime in May of 1953, a priest in Brooklyn spoke to his congregation and said something along the lines of, "It's too hot for a sermon today. Go home, keep the commandments, and say a prayer for Gil Hodges." Well, that little moment turned into sort of an informal movement in Brooklyn, Pray for Gil. And something must have worked, because soon after that, Hodges really started getting hot, and he had a slash line of 302, 393, 550 with 31 home runs and 122 RBIs that season. I love this story because it's a little slice of what baseball was like in New York City. It was part of everyone's daily lives. It was something that worked like glue in the community. And this kind of thing really adds some color and substance to my collecting. The cards, of course, are great, but humanizing the players, to me, brings a lot more meaning to the hobby. Before I wrap this up, guys, I wanted to mention that I discovered a short documentary that's available for free on YouTube. It's called Gil Hodges, Soul of a Champion. I'll put a link to it in the description below in case you're interested in checking out this documentary. It's really well made, and it definitely kind of sheds some light on what Hodges was like, both as a player and as a man. Definitely recommend it. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by the channel, and thanks for checking out the video. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon.